Hi everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph video clip. If you're listening to my podcasts regularly, you might have heard me talking about County Square. This is one of the principal squares in my town. This is Paisley in southwest Scotland. You can see here the railway station in an old, rather kitsch-looking Victorian building which has turrets on the top. Next to that is the old post office, which has been converted now into a bar, into a cafe bar. So you can see that there as well, with a clock on the top. So in the old days, when we used to use the post, it was really handy because they could drag the postal bags from this place all the way over to the railway station. I think they adjoined at some point behind this building, and it was really handy. But now, of course, no one uses post anymore. Well, very few people do. So this post office was converted into a pub. It was sold. There's still memories of the pub here. For example, the post office is called The Last Post, and inside there's pictures to remind you of what it used to be like. You can see it there. This square really is a place of transformation. These days it's very much pedestrianised. It looks beautiful with these turreted, they almost look like towers, don't they, on the top. And this railway station connects with the city of Glasgow and other places around the country. And then you have a little cafe bar there, and you have the large railway bridge, which you can see there. And this is the cafe bar. And it actually reminds me a lot of these kind of squares you see in Belgium and the Netherlands. Above the door, I can still see the words post office carved into the stone. I remember this being a post office. When I was a boy, my grandparents used to bring me here, and my parents as well, because they grew up in this area. So this was quite familiar for them. You can hear in the background bells also, which again would be kind of familiar around Central Europe, you know. And over there, and also here as well, there's a kiosk for using the telephone, a phone box. I don't know if that still works. I haven't seen one of those in years. Places to sit outside. Today's a nice day, but here gets a lot of rain, so it's not so nice. And there's a taxi rank there. There's no taxis there at the moment. So if you come out of the railway station, you can just get a taxi, and there's buses close by as well in the town centre, which is up here. Again, if you listen to my podcasts, you might have heard me talking about the Piaza Centre. We often give our shopping centres Italian names to make them seem attractive. So that's the Piaza Centre. My mother used to love it in there, but to be honest with you, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it probably was actually still quite respectable, but now there's a lot of boarded up shops and it's looking a little bit more grubby. The other thing, which I mentioned in my podcast of today about bookmakers, the places you go to gamble. Well, there's one. It's called Paddy Power. I don't know if you can see that. It's the green sign in the distance. And there's also one up in this street called Betfred at the top, where people go to gamble on horses. Also, William Hill is there too. And the building above this Piazza shopping centre is for students. They've converted this into residences for the local university. So these are all student rooms or apartments. I don't know what they're like. And then on top of that, they have mobile transmitters and other things. This is very much an improvement district, you know, the transformation from Britain's industrial times all the way over to becoming something a little bit more, how can I say, well, less industrial. Let's call this area post-industrial. So the transformation going from industry into what looks like now just a quiet shopping town has been quite amazing. And some people have moved on very well with that, and there's other people I think who are struggling. So there's a lot of anxiety here. Some of the older people would rather be out and working, but there's little industry here. So I suppose many people travel to the city or work in IT at home, but there isn't too much to do, unfortunately. It really is only a shadow of the town that it once was. So shopping centres like this are very valuable because it gives the people a reason, you know, to go out, do some shopping and these things. But yeah, unfortunately, there are social problems around here as well. But well, generally speaking, it's a nice place to live. What else can I show you? Yeah, what's really interesting are these old Victorian buildings. Aren't they beautiful? And they've all been kind of renovated because with industry, and up until the 1990s, people were burning coal fires in their homes around here as well. Up until the 1990s, there was a lot of smog and smoke. So these buildings were all very dark and grey. And they've tried to make them a bit more respectable. So you can see they've kind of polished them, and they're once again looking light brown. Although on a very dark day when the sky is dark, they still don't look very nice. You can see here, as I'm walking up the road, there's a big old church behind that bookmaker. I don't know which one that is. And just going up to the entrance of this post office, I just want to show you the sign there says County Square, and the door of the pub says The Last Post. A reminder of what this building used to be. And it has a lovely coat of arms, you know, two lions there. Maybe a lion and a unicorn, I don't know, I can't see it properly. And above the entrance on the other side, it has the words Post Office engraved into the wall. So yeah, they sometimes have street performances here at Christmas time, etc. But they probably could do more to preserve it and to make it a little bit more beautiful. Yeah, they've done very well with the train station, I think, but because this is such an old building, it's quite haunting, you know. It has old brown stairs and a very modern ticket office, but it looks very old inside. It has a real Victorian feel to it. So let me just walk up here a little bit, and you can see there, I think, the post office. Well, this is a train station, but I want to show you the post office as well, which is here. The old post office, which is now, of course, a pub, as I was saying earlier. There we are, post office, yeah. But if you look closer, it is actually a pub. And it has some menus there as well. This is an old telephone box covered in graffiti. Graffiti in English is a bad word. It's not about modern art, unfortunately. And just coming up here are two men dressed in Scottish dress. You can see them there wearing the kilts, just entering the train station. And that's it from me. So I'm going to go and catch a train. So I hope you've enjoyed this little description of this area. We covered the post office, which is now a pub. Yeah, you know, when that used to be a post office. I remember that upstairs was the sorting office where they used to sort the letters, and downstairs was the counter where you could buy stamps and things, but all gone. And now it's a lovely cafe bar with hanging chandeliers. So that's the old post office, and the train station as well. So that's it from me. I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.